Hi guys, it's Ilene here. I want to make a quick video on how to make these scrolls. My first video I can't seem to get uploaded. Here are these mini scrolls I've made in this little matchbox shadow box thing, and you can't really see them too well because they're in with things. There's actually three. There's one underneath back here, this one here with the handles and the roll them out, and then this one, so that's the third one. So I wanted to show you how to make these scrolls today and do a quick video with them. So here's a cream piece of paper. I like to use that, and then some toothpicks. So then you just cut your strips of how big you want your scrolls paper. You take your bone folder and you rough up the paper a bit, loosen up the fibers on it. So let's see how wide that is. It's pretty close to perfect. Might need a little thinner. You can always cut down the toothpicks. So you just need to roughen up the fibers. And so then the paper looks really authentic, and it rolls nice. And so that's that part. I like to use a stamp that is my world map stamp, and that stamp looks like this, and I just add a little bit of ink to it. Push it down on my stamp and we're done. So that's what it looks like. Then, can you see how it looks? Pretty, too bright. And then I take my tacky glue. Actually, first I take my scissors and I just rough up my edges a bit more. It doesn't take very long to do this. So now it's nice and rough, and I take a little bit of, you can take some stain, some distress ink or whatever I like to use. I have close to cocoa that I use for this, so I just go to the edges and add some of that to my edges. And that's that. Get my tacky glue out, and I glue my very edges of my scroll. Just like this. I take my toothpicks, and I might take some of the excess glue off. It's a little too much. Just glue that in on the edge, just like that. And do the same with the other side. You can roll your toothpick in it a little bit, and then just take off a little bit of the, if you got too much on there. And there we go. Oh, there we go. So we'll let that dry for a couple of minutes. Won't take too long. And here is what we got so far. The side I've done first, because you roughed it up and you broke the fibers down, it's easier to roll up than if you hadn't done it. So then you can start rolling it up, and it's not going to be too much of a struggle. And then you can roll it up as much as you want. Whereas if you don't do that, the card is very difficult to roll up. And I always like to use like an off-white cream type of color because it's just easier and it looks like old paper. You don't have to tea stain it or anything like that. So there, oops, it just flew out of my hand into my can where my glue is. So there it is, just like that. Very simple. You take your knife, your craft knife, and you whittle down the wood. And I might have to change my blade because I might have done this too many times with this blade. Let's see. Time to change my blade. Right into the garbage there. I've done it a couple times already, so it has been dulled. So once it's nice and sharp, it's so easy to, now you can see it coming off, to willow down. Then you pick your beads. So then I have some beads here, and I have preferred beads that are kind of, I ran out of, so I don't know what I would pick now that I am kind of out of the beads I like. I could pick some of these tubular type of beads for the handle maybe, but you have to, the other ones had a little bit more larger holes, but so you just gotta make sure you whittle down your toothpick to fit your bead on there. And it's just about done. So I had another video, and like I said, I couldn't, I forgot one piece to, okay, finding the right bead was hard, considering I had these really perfect little, like I said, flat beads here, these saucer beads. They're perfect with a nice little rounded bead at the end. These ones are smaller beads, so it was much more work to whittle them down, but now that I had to try a whole bunch of different beads because I wasn't sure which ones would work, so I had to kind of stop and check out these beads a little bit more. So now I'm just making sure that they're going to stay in there. I have a little bit of glue here, and I'm just going to glue them in between here. Add glue to the stick. And one more just to make sure it stays. So now I have them all on there like that. They're smaller, different, a little bit different than my last. The handles on the other one. But you have to kind of look at your beads and see which ones will fit better. And that's how you make the handles. Now these ones, like I said, they don't suit the way I like them, so I'm going to have to search for the kind of beads I found. Those beads that I had are wooden beads that were on a little piece of jewelry, secondhand jewelry or something like that, that I found at a yard sale, because it's mostly where I get my beads from. So I use nail polish to paint them afterwards, and that's what I paint them. So I paint them the black. I like painting them gold as well, and then putting a little black on top, but my favorite way to paint them is painting them black and then wisping a little bit of the dry brushing of the gold nail polish on top. Looks really cute and I like it. It's the one handle. Now, like I said, these ones are just not quite handle. They don't look sharp to me as the first ones I've done in the shadow box with the little saucer type bead first and then the round bead at the end. It sure, to me, is a much cuter look. But I like this as well. It's just not as... So I gotta keep my eyes open for little beads like that. That's all. Just, and I'm going to try to keep them for certain projects. So it's really handy to have nail polish around because I find it easier, and it's nice and sheen, and it does, you don't have to put any other coatings on top. So I'm just getting it around, try not to get my paper. And I got my nails. And there goes my dogs again. Okay, there, that is done. Nail polish. Now I got the gold, and I'm just going to brush off as much as I can to get it a little bit more dry. Then I'm just going to brush on a little bit of gold, like that. Like a dry brush, and then a little bit of the gold. And sorry if it's not too clear, I hope so. We could rub some of it off. There we go, it's kind of thicker. And this is how it looks with the handles painted. So that's cute. And then you just roll them up as much as you want. What you can do is put a little like red embroidery thread in and along the edge, and then wrap it up with that. You can do a wax crayon, melt a drop of wax crayon in there for a seal, anything like that. So that is my scroll. And I hope that helps you guys. I'm sorry I don't have the exact same beads as I did in this one, but as you can see, it is those little saucer type beads. They're just really, really nice. This is the gold one, and I added a little bit black after, and this is the black one, and I added a little gold. So I hope you guys like it. Thanks guys for watching, and give it a try. Talk to you later. Bye bye.